are they in the playoffs, but they have an opportunity to host a playoff game for the first time in franchise history. So, lots to play for tonight.
Rodrigo gets the ball out to Sergio. Sergio Tiente, and we're underway from Henry County. Chattanooga forces a throw-in for the Revs. Chattanooga is starting Caleb Cole up top. Caleb Cole had a very exciting, successful collegiate career at Gordon College of Massachusetts, scoring 36 goals and 35 assists. And a foul on Chattanooga. They fouled Jamar Oakley, our 18-year-old Jamaican international.
Yeah, Jamar's really come on at the end of this season. He's started to really shine. I'm glad he's getting his opportunities. He's actually scored a goal against Chattanooga in Chattanooga. So
back to Chattanooga for a second, though. They are benching Charlie Clark, maybe because they have a Sunday game against the Silverbacks, and big playoff implications there if they do not get the win today. He is their leading scorer with 6 goals on the year and an assist. And reminding you that we are broadcasting from inside today, so you cannot see the near side corners because we're broadcasting in the press box. But a throw-in coming near the corner flag for the Revs. Sergio throws it into the box. Whiffed by Chattanooga and Georgia players, and Sergio gets a fun to deflect it. And now a shot for Tiente is deflected by the Chattanooga back line. Chattanooga is trying to counter, but Adam Kamara covers the ball when the Revs have possession.
yeah, see, the problem there was Tony used his foot, not his head.
Sergio has the ball on the near side, has lots of space, trying to get the Oakley. Bad pass there. Chattanooga is countering, trying to take advantage of that. Chattanooga trying to work the ball onto the Rev side of the half.
Wow, it's good to see Jamar get back on defense.
And the ball's played to our goalkeeper, Wesley Sharp. Jack Gurr is not starting today for Georgia Revolution. He is back in England training before his collegiate season. He'll miss the rest of the year for the Revs. He's a very impactful right back. Probably the best in the NPSL Southeast. He was dynamic, created a lot of opportunities for the Revs, and I would expect him to get a first team for the All Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how the subs come in today. There's a lot of firepower on the bench for the Revs today, so definitely want to stick around for the second half. I have a feeling there'll be a lot of fireworks come the second half.
I would
teams
definitely expect. Oh, and a cross played in by Chattanooga, trying to go of the face of the goal, but a good clearance by Rodrigo Gongalves. Bad touch there by Tiente, but he recovers gracefully.
Yeah, that's one thing Tiente's always good at, winning that ball in the midfield.
Very physical player. Dom Kamara's the ball far side, give and go there to Soggy Hirsch. Soggy Hirsch then
nice
give and go
play.
to Ryan King. Ryan King can't quite recover, and the rest of the ball back now. Dom plays it back to Vlad Margolin.
That was a great recovery by Ryan King there, not to give up on that play.
Vlad plays a great ball up to his good friend, Soggy Hirsch. You know, the Revs might have the best right and left back combination in the conference and maybe the league with Soggy Hirsch and Jack Gurr, even though Jack Gurr's not playing today. Ball played up to Chattanooga. Chattanooga tries to get the ball to Santiago Moore. Santiago Moore, top of the box, shoots.
Ooh.
Off the crossbar. Great shot by Moore. Caleb shoots, and off the crossbar one more time. They hit the work twice. Caleb Cole there with the second shot. Chattanooga unbelievably unlucky there.
Crossbar is the Revs' best friend right now. But you got to expect it. I mean, Chattanooga is right now the best team in the conference, so you know they're going to come out firing, even with their second reserve guys. So
now Wesley Sprague is definitely going to kiss the crossbar there.
Oh yeah.
His second start he played in New Orleans. Eric Audie is not playing for the Revs. Either is Sharpie, the Revs' other goalkeeper, 6'5" frame. Now the Revs physically win the ball back. Play up to Ryan King. Ryan King trying to win the ball. Ryan King still shoved down. No whistle there.
They're going to let him play tonight.
Juan Sanchez shoves Ryan King down. No call.
We'll say the back line of the Revs looks a little disorganized in the early minutes of this game. I'd like to see a better clearance by Rodrigo, or else those 2 shots on goal wouldn't have come. Hopefully they'll get it organized. Ooh, good tackle.
Slide tackle there by Sorian Yahoskic from Chattanooga. And speaking of Chattanooga's back line, they are missing one of their best players. Everson Lima, the 31-year-old, played at the first divisions in Brazil, Czech Republic, and Malta, and playing for clubs like Red Bull Brazil and Atletico Club Juventus. I'm sorry, Club Atletico Juventus. Corner kick now for the Revs. CFC headed away and clear the ball. That was Juan Sanchez, the clearance.
So looks like another corner. I don't think he got the ball in time.
And another effect of not having Jack Gurr there is he's not taking corners.
Yeah.
He was the man that would take corners to the Revs, and now it's Ryan King who's taking them at the moment. And the Revs might play it short, too. Different strategy here than now that we're missing Gurr. Gurr, a big piece in this Revs team. The Chattanooga keeper, D'Amico, tips the ball out of bounds for a throw-in on the near side. A corner kick on the near side now. Corner for the Revs. Whipped it in on the ground, and Chattanooga get a good touch on the ball, and they're countering quickly. Steven Roca gets the ball to Moore. Moore playing it in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
But a whistle and a foul on the Revs.
Yeah, the Revs got to be careful not to get caught. So they were kind of stabbing at the ball there and let him get past. Chattanooga attackers are real deceptive with their speed.
Yeah, Steven Roca there overlapped onto the near side. And he had a nice run there carrying the ball and had a nice touch and pass out there. Good job by Roca. Roca, a fine player for Chattanooga. Free kick here taken by Caleb Cole. Caleb Cole sends the ball into the box. Header.
Nice
played
cross.
right to the hands of Wesley Sprague. And the Revs are countering now. Sergio to Ryan King. Ryan King gets there. Good effort there, though, by the Chattanooga back line. Steven Roca once again. Soggy Hurst there at the header.
Ooh.
To clear the ball.
Yep. Got a tug on the shirt there.
Looks like Pierre Bokip tugs on a Revs player's shirt. Draw foul. Vlad Margeling plays the ball to Sergio. Sergio with a quick touch to get the ball to Ryan King. Ryan King now give and go to Sergio. Doesn't quite work out there.
Very physical game.
Very creative chant by the Chattahoogaland saying, flop like Neymar. I don't have to tell you where that's referenced from. Chattanooga play the ball over the top looking for Caleb Cole. Caleb Cole gets there. Good touch. Caleb Cole now is tugged down the ground. That might have been a little bit of a flop there.
Yeah, he went down a little easy for me.
Played back into the box. Over the top of the crossbar there for Pierre Bacquet, and the Revs are lucky once again to escape unscathed.
Yeah. Like I said, that back line has got to get organized. They are getting pulled way too far apart. They're letting runs come right down the middle. They've got to get something organized here.
It's the 10th minute, and it's 0-0, but Chattanooga is close. No cigar, though.
Could easily be 2-0.
Yeah, 2 balls to the crossbar, and then that one there, a one touch that went over the crossbar. Alahagi Tamanuhu tries to win the ball back for the Revs. Sergio is thrown to the ground.
Yep, that's
the late call there.
And that's definitely one of the weaknesses the Revs have had all year. That ball over the top. If there's anybody who's got some semblance of speed on the outsides, they're just burning the Revs down the middle this season.
Now, Georgia Revolution fans will remember the fourth official for today's game was the same official that called the very questionable penalty kick against New Orleans that Tom Pierce converted to give the Jesters a win over the Revs. And Tom Pierce is sitting at the top of the Golden Boot race for the Southeastern Conference, reminding you. He's having a very strong year for the Jesters.
Oh, lack of concentration.
Bad touch by Tamanuhu there, but he recovers gracefully and gets the ball back to Wesley. Wesley plays the Vlad Margolin. Margolin with some shiny green cleats today. You know, Margolin's been very impressive. He's been one of the center backs I've watched this year that has really impressed me. He's came in mid-season for the Revs, and he's been as good as Lima of Chattanooga or Toby Sims of Greenville.
Yeah, it also helps that he's really good friends with Saudi Hurst.
Yeah, of course.
Fellow Israeli in there, so they got a good connection. That always helps on your back line. Now the Revs are starting two different guys in different positions on the back line with Rodrigo and Sergio today, so that might be part of the communication problem they're having today, and hopefully they'll get it sorted out here soon.
And just the language barrier too, you know, between our back line and our midfield has been a problem throughout the year. You have Adam Kamara from France, you have Tony Tiente, and then you have the number of different guys that have played on the back line. It's been hard for communication.
Some tenured Revs fans would know at this point would be prime Scott Redding opportunity. It's a shame.
You know, this is a dangerous free kick position for the Revs. Soggy Hirsch taking it.
One. Too far.
Too much pace in the ball, and that's one of the times you miss Isaac Promise. Isaac Promise has scored all of the set pieces except one where Tiente got a good touch on one against International. But Isaac Promise has been a force in the air for the Revs, the Turkish first division player, and he is sitting on the bench today, probably going to be a super sub in the second half.
Yeah, there's quite a few guys that are going to come on in the second half.
Vlad Margolin goes over the top looking for Ryan King. Ryan King is not in position there and he drifts back, but bad positioning there for the Clayton State graduate. Throw-in coming up for CFC. As we said earlier, CFC is fighting for that home field advantage throughout the Southeastern Conference playoffs. If they win today, they will clinch. The Atlanta Silverbacks, if they win their next two matches and CFC lose both their two matches, they will jump up to the first spot. They do control their own destiny when it comes to the second spot because they have a head-to-head tiebreaker over the New Orleans Jesters.
Great
part of
defending
the
there.
Complications of the Southeastern Conference. Talking about the playoff implications as well, Greenville, Asheville, Internashville, and somehow Emerald Forest are all fighting for that last spot. I mean, Emerald Forest technically, mathematically, can still get into the playoffs, but it's very unrealistic, and it'll take a miracle.
Yeah, they're going to need a big miracle, a lot of things to go their way for that to happen. But
corner kick.
It's still there for the taking.
Ball put off the shoulder of Rodrigo Gongalves, and it's cleared now to CFC. Fantastic tackle there for the Revs to win the ball back. Ball put over the top, looking for Tamanuhu. Tamanuhu can't get there.
Not sure what's going on there. Looks
freak.
like the refs calling a foul behind the play.
Foul behind the ball and a free kick. Georgia Revolution. Rodrigo now with a touch off his head to regain possession. Now Sergio. Oh, poor pass there. Dangerous position. Vlad Margling plays it back to Wesley. Smart decision. And the Revs get away unscathed once again. This may be the first time all season the Revs are not the team giving away opportunities in the first half.
Yeah. Ooh. Very physical game.
Adam Kamara has the ball, streaking down the field. Jamar Oakley now. Jamar Oakley hasn't been very impactful today yet. Hopefully that'll change. He's a speedster out of
There it
Jamaica.
is.
Oakley has had a very nice season. You know, he didn't get much playing time in the first half of the year, but he came in the second half, came in against Chattanooga and scored, actually. He scored the first goal of the game to draw first blood against Nuga, and a 4-2 win for the Revs, a big win over the best team in the conference so far.
That was a very impactful win for sure. It's the kind of win that you need at the end of the season to get hot going into the playoffs. Ooh, nice run.
Tamanuhu gets to the Oakley. Oakley now plays it back in. Tamanuhu,
Ooh.
but a great defensive effort there by Juan Sanchez.
It's a good idea. Good idea.
Juan Sanchez playing for Palm Beach Atlantic University, excuse me. And he won a national championship in 2015, actually, with Palm Beach. So a very successful player in the collegiate ranks, now playing for Chattanooga. Rodrigo whiffs the header to clear, but Vlad is there to get a foot on it. Adam Kamara has the ball on the far side of the pitch. Plays it to Tamanuhu. Tamanuhu's dropped a little bit farther. And there's some
Nice
fantastic
run.
footwork from Tamanuhu.
Oh. We need a lot more of that.
The Atlanta United Academy alum there with some fantastic footwork to dribble his way out of his trouble. He won the state championship actually in high school last year. He's a very young player, only 18 years of age. Chattanooga now attacking.
Nice touch.
Kind of a lucky play there by Vlad. He turns back to the ball, and a cross from Caleb was played right into the back of his head.
Yeah, we got to spring him.
Georgia Revolution countering now. Jamar Oakley with a quick touch back to Sergio to slow the pace down on the counterattack. You know, when the Revs played Chattanooga on the road, we opted for the first time all season not to control possession. We gave away possession in the first match. And that really worked to our advantage. We played a great defensive game. Now Ryan King has the ball in the box. Ryan King tries to turn.
It's a nice effort by Ryan King to get back
King
on that
still
ball.
top of the box. Plays it through. No one's
Ooh.
making a run there.
Good idea, though.
Jason Henry will be thinking about that for the rest of the night. He had a perfect opportunity. Great cross by Ryan King, and EJ just did not make the run. Back to the first leg of the Chattanooga series. The Revs gave away possession, had a nice defensive effort, and they got some chances in the first half, converted them, and went up and held their lead the rest of the match. And Alex Harley kind of sealed the deal with an open goal.
Really looking forward to Alex coming into this game. He always changes the energy dynamic of the game.
Very quick player, creates his own shot. He had the only goal against Knoxville on the road.
Yeah, great
last
individual effort by Alex Harley on that goal, too. Too bad it couldn't be filmed because it was a great one.
Yeah, unfortunately, Knoxville, the only team in the conference besides Nashville to stream their games. Nashville streams some of them. It's really iffy. It's hard to get a grip on if they're going to have a game streamed or not. Ball played. Vlad Margolin wins the ball in the air. The Chattanooga attacker had no clue the ball was in the air.
Oh, that was
another
a great
shot
touch
there
by Saji.
by Pierre.
That play, that goal was saved by Saji Hirsch. By him coming back and getting a toe on that ball, he was able to disrupt the Chattanooga player from taking a solid shot. Great defensive effort.
Goal kick for Georgia Revolution. Rodrigo plays to EJ. Now CFC have the ball. Ball put over the top, looking for their right winger, but no one was there. Soggy trying to go to EJ. Great touch to disrupt the attack for CFC. Now Oakley!
Oh, great save. Great save.
D'Amico with a fantastic save to disrupt Jamar Oakley's effort to put the Revs up 1-0. Now Rodrigo with a dangerous clearance. Gets the ball to Sergio. Sergio has a man on. Tiente is selling down the attack now for Georgia Revolution.
Sergio's another one of those guys that's really developed well in the ADSL with the Revs reserves, and he's really showing development tonight. It's good to see.
Ryan King plays the ball off his chest. Gets it back to Margoline. And a lightning strike in the distance. We might have another weather delay if the referee saw that. Ball looking for EJ. EJ Henry. Can't quite get there. Ball's cleared away by Steven Roca. Rodrigo with some fancy footwork to create some space. Rodrigo.
There it is. Ooh.
Oh, good touch there. That was, again, Steven Roca to disrupt the attack.
A second sooner there, and I think Jamar was running down that side all by himself. Nice turn.
Chattanooga countering quickly, getting the ball up top. Chattanooga's Pierre Bouquet with a lot of possession. Gives it away now, and Rodrigo wins the ball back from Bouquet. Bouquet looking a little tired there for Chattanooga. He's drifting up top a little bit, looking for a more attacking position. But he played at Midwestern State University. Now this is his first year with CFC. He was first team All-American in Division III. Very solid player there for CFC. Great tackle by Soggy Hirsch on the far side.
Yeah, it seems that both teams are starting to pick up the pace with their play. This game's going end to end wild.
Bouquet gets the ball out to Caleb. Caleb Cole makes a nice move. Tries to cross the ball, back post.
I think that went over the line, but I don't think the linesman saw it.
Caleb Cole with a great effort, though, for CFC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this game is wide open now. This is what you want to see as a soccer fan.
You know, last year, CFC and Georgia Revolution had a fantastic 0-0 draw, one of the more exciting 0-0 draws you'll see in soccer. And a quick counterattack. Moore plays it back. CFC up 1-0. Steven Roca, the goal scorer. Fantastic assist there by Santagio Moore. Gets the ball to Roca, and Roca one-touches it over Wesley Sprague to put CFC up 1-0 in the 25th minute.
Yeah, that whole play was started because Rodrigo, our center back, kind of went upfield too much and stabbed at the ball. I like to see him stay back a little more because these Chattanooga players, once they get behind you, they can run right by you, and that was clear on that play right there.
I'll say a very good atmosphere tonight with the Chattahoogans on the away side, and on the near side, the Uprising making some noise tonight.
Yep, this is what every game in the Southeast Conference should strive to be atmosphere-wise.
You know, in other Southeastern Conference action, you had the Carolina Classico last week. Very fun atmosphere on the 4th of July, actually. That had a lot of playoff implications. Both teams are fighting for the 6th seed in the Southeastern Conference. That's the final seed. 6 teams make it into the playoffs out of 8. And Greenville came away with a 3-2 win. Very fun game and a fantastic atmosphere.
Yeah.
2 amazing fan bases.
Yeah, and surprise, first year Greenville gets to keep the Carolina Classico, their little trophy there, which is surprising. Asheville's a good team, so I mean, Greenville's quite a surprising team this year.
Asheville has 2 awesome trophies, and they haven't been able to win either of them back. And they got blown out 9-0 against Chattanooga in the first rendition of the Blue Ridge Derby last year, and they got beat pretty handily this year as well. So their supporters have not gotten a chance to hold on to either one of those trophies.
Yeah, it'll be all the sweeter when they finally get their hands on one of them, I guess.
Yeah. And the Revs themselves kind of lost the rivalry between the Birmingham Hammers as they were bought by the Birmingham Legion, a future USL team.
Last year, the Birmingham Hammers pulled it out.
Roca gets out to Caleb Cole. Caleb Cole looking for more. More plays it back to Bouquet. Bouquet now. Long strides is shoved to the ground by Dom Kamara. And a foul called on Adam.
I don't know. I think that was shoulder to shoulder. I think that was a fair play.
Adam is a small, physical, feisty player. I really like him. He was on Ramadan for most of the season where he can't eat and he can barely drink. And he fought through it, didn't complain one bit, never missed a training session or a match, played all 90 minutes in all of those matches. Very impressive player. If it wasn't for Adam, the Revs would be in a maybe not even in the playoffs.
Different place,
I
different
mean,
place.
He has been
definitely
a difference
key
maker.
figure. Yeah, definitely a key figure for the midfield.
Ball played in by Moore. Too much pace on it, goes out of bounds. Goal kick coming up for Georgia Revolution FC.
Benchmark Physical Therapy, the preferred physical therapy provider of the Georgia Revolution FC. Fans, we invite you to visit our great concessions provided by Neighborhood Barbecue this evening. Also, don't forget to visit the fan shop for this evening's great sale.
Header by Oakley. Interception there by Soggy Hirsch. Soggy Hirsch trying to counter quickly, but it played right back to Daniel Valencino. Valencino loses the ball once again. The Revs are countering now. Tiente wins possession back, and Vlad Margolin places it up to Tiente once again. Tiente had his first year at Georgia Gwinnett College. He's very impactful, and he's already getting looks from Europe in his first year at Georgia Gwinnett College. Very physical player. Chattanooga has the possession in the middle of the field. Daniel Vasiano plays the ball up to Caleb Cole, but Sergio heads it back to Steven Roca. Roca playing to Juan Sanchez. Juan Sanchez in the middle of the field now.
Yeah, it seems like Chattanooga's finally settled down and is getting a lot of the possession now. That fast-paced back and back, it wasn't going to last forever.
Yeah, the German Steven Roca, though, has been very impressive to me. On
Definitely.
Chattanooga's back line. He did get that goal.
Ooh.
Dangerous ball played into the box. Barely misses the post and corner coming up for Chattanooga. But going back to Steven Roca, he knows when to make runs at the right time. He reminds me a lot of Jack Gurr when he played for the Revolution.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, he knows when to attack. He knows when to drop back on defense. He's a very smart player, intelligent. Really like Steven Roca.
Gotta say, this is fun. It definitely is fun. Not a result that the Revs fans might like right now, but the
We
game's
turned around.
fast-paced. It's back and forth. Both sides of the crowds are loud. Last
Lord-
home game of the season. This is
Well,
what it's supposed to be like. in
Don't
the
speak
Vista.
too soon now.
True.
If the Revs win tonight, they'll host a playoff game Tuesday. Unfortunately, I will be out of the country and will not be able to attend, but I will be there in
As long as-
spirit.
As long as you can find a McDonald's with Wi-Fi down there.
Now, Soggy Hirsch plays the flag Margoline. Margoline now. Rodrigo Gonçalves has to be one of the biggest stories for the Revs. One of a huge bright spot in their season.
Oh, for
He
sure.
He comes from Brazil. Played for USC Aiken. And then he plays for the ADSL team, racking up 16 assists in 15 matches.
Mhm.
A phenomenal rate there. And the ADSL play, which if you're not familiar with ADSL, it's the very competitive men's league and the local Atlanta area. And I would put it up with the, any of the big leagues around the country.
Yeah, it's actually been compared a lot to the Cosmopolitan League
Yeah.
in its early days in New York. I mean, obviously now the Cosmopolitan League is much bigger, but when it first started, it's much like the ADSL is now. It's been around for about 51 years, so they're doing something right.
Ball played to EJ Henry. EJ can't quite get a head on there, and Soggy Hirsch recovers it. Bad communication, not on the same wavelength with EJ, and a turnover.
Now you got to say, if you are a Revs fan, you're smiling bright on the potential future of the club. I mean, we're in a real stadium now. We just recently got our first U19 Youth Academy team that's going to have tryouts on Monday, so it's another step in the ladder of our development program. Now you have a U19 squad and a U23 squad, a reserve squad, and a senior squad. So, and then later in the fall, they're going to start the U8s through the U12s as a rec program. So, only shining upwards
Yeah.
if you're a Revs fan now.
I think the other bright spot that no one really notices is if you look at these Revs players, are Jack Gurr, Tony Tiente, a lot of other big names that are in college, Trevor Hyman, who played at the club for a little bit, some other great players that have been impactful this season. They're all freshmen.
All
Freshmen
young.
in college.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
definitely coming back.
looking at this Chattanooga team, you have guys that graduated college, or they're seniors, and they might get, professional offers to come play at the next level, and they might not have a future at CFC, or they're getting up in age. The
Yeah.
Revs really don't have any old players. I mean, their oldest player is Isaac Promise, and he can still play for a year or two at a very high level.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Shot back of the net.
What a goal.
Chattanooga FC, that is Juan Sanchez, volleyed it off a corner kick. One touched it, bottom right corner. Great control, great touch, great goal.
Yeah, that's one of those goals you just can't do anything about. That was nobody in the world could have stopped a shot like that.
Number 4, Juan Sanchez.
In the 35th minute, it is 2-0 to the Bad. Reminder that Isaac Promise and Alex Harley will most likely be coming on in the second half. I cannot see a world where they do not.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a shame they didn't start it out, but
Alex Harley is definitely a second half player. He plays with so
Yeah.
much energy. One of the downfalls is that he gets tired at 90 minutes. He's a player that goes all out for 45 and is really a difference maker. So I do like him coming off the bench.
let's just hope we're not down too far before he comes
Yeah.
in. The Revs can get
Great
a goal in
ball
about
there by
10
Vlad
minutes.
Mogolin.
Yeah.
Puts in a dangerous position
Ooh.
for EJ Henry. EJ, 2006 Male High School Player of the Year.
Ooh, nice
Whips
cross.
it in.
Wins a corner. But like I was saying, you know, if the Revs can get a 1 goal in the next 10 minutes or so, the game's not out of hand. It can definitely turn in their favor very quickly.
Ryan King, the Clayton State player, he has scored 12 goals and 3 assists last year in a very promising Clayton State campaign. Ryan King plays into the box.
Oh, just hit it.
That was one of the best balls we've seen from a Georgia Revolution corner. Perfectly placed ball from Ryan King. Chattanooga just in good position.
Yeah, looks like the turf monster came up and bit Diente there a little bit on that shot.
Now Jamar Oakley has the ball, flips the pitch, gets it to Soggy Hirsch on the far side. Soggy Hirsch playing up to Ryan King. Ryan King in a good position to cross the ball. A great tackle, though, by CFC, who are countering quickly. Pierre Buquet now is thrown to the ground. No whistle called. Looks like just feet tangled up there.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that the Revs were down 2-0. If you remember our game in Nashville, they were down 2-0 at halftime, and they came back and scored 3 goals in the second half. So never say never.
And that was against former Georgia Revolution goalkeeper, standout goalkeeper, that is Carson Oakes.
Yep.
From Berry College. You know, International, we talked about this in other broadcasts, very dangerous team. They got some Nashville loan players, Nashville SC loan players, that is, and they've turned around their season.
Yellow card to Sergio. Yeah, I think he went up a little high with the elbow there on that play. He's got to settle down. I know he's a little frustrated, but we can't afford to lose anybody on our black line because we don't really have anybody else.
Juan Sanchez taking the free kick for Chattanooga FC. Hesitates, gets it to Caleb Cole. Caleb Cole cross into the box. That is off Sergio for a corner kick in favor of Chattanooga.
In that situation, you can't leave a Chattanooga defender that wide open down the line. That's just begging for a cross to come in.
Especially of Caleb's caliber. I mean, he put up 35 goals and 36 assists collegiately in his career. Very impressive player at Gordon College.
Yeah, Chattanooga's got some people that can punish you. I mean, obviously, they've been punished twice. Ooh.
Oh, Chattanooga almost made it 3 there with a header trying to go back post. Great ball there by Caleb Cole. When you look at the Southeastern Conference, you have some amazing strikers. You know, Keka Kamara from the Atlanta Silverbacks, very good player. Obviously, Tom Pierce, probably the best of the bunch from the New Orleans Jesters, leading the Golden Boot race. Isaac Promise and Georgia Revolution has to be up there as well, along with Caleb Cole of Chattanooga FC. I mean, you can throw other names in there, too.
Don't forget the Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers, Thomas Dealey and Elman DeFore from Asheville.
Yeah.
Very solid players.
Oh, yeah. The Southeast Conference definitely has a plethora of striking talent.
I mean, even to the likes of Alexander Garbra, Emerald Forest, who has 7 goals in the year for a bad Emerald Forest team. He's carrying them into, they're still in playoff contention.
Yep.
The Southeast is star-studded when it comes to strikers. And Chattanooga has the ball in dangerous position. Caleb turns around, shoots, deflected. And one of the big storylines tonight for Chattanooga is Luke Winter, the all-time leading scorer for Chattanooga FC with 54 goals and the all-time leading scorer for an MPSL player in the U.S. Open Cup, does not make the trip down to Henry County. He has 4 goals and an assist on the season for CFC, and 3 of those were game winners.
Yeah, a little bit of team management there from Chattanooga. They got a game tonight, and then they've got their makeup game with the Silverbacks on Sunday. It's a quick turnaround, so, you know, sometimes you got to keep the healthy players healthy. Honestly, you know, Chattanooga only has to win one of these games, and they're well on their way to win this one so far. Yeah. So, you know, it's good tactics, definitely, by the skipper from Chattanooga.
Corner kick again for Chattanooga. Ball's
Ooh.
headed over the crossbar and hits the American football crossbar.
3 points.
I mean, if you look at this Chattanooga bench, they are dangerous. You can bring Oliveira, J.O. Costa, or Charlie Clark, their leading goal scorer, off the bench. I mean, they have lots of options coming off for Chattanooga.
Definitely.
This game can go in so many different directions. The halftime switches by these two managers
Be crucial.
are very important.
Yeah.
Playoff seeds are on the line tonight. Chattanooga looking to get their first seed and have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Georgia Revolution looking to advance to a higher seed. They can move all the way up to third place with some help from the Silverbacks. In that case, they would play the lowest seed in the tournament and host the first round. The low seed could be anyone from Greenville FC to Asheville and maybe even Inter Nashville. Very poor pass there by Daniel Valencino. It turns the ball over, but he wins the ball right back for Chattanooga.
Yeah, that's where you got to be careful against the Revs. If the Revs get any kind of speed and advantage, it's dangerous.
Pierre Buquet there just plays the ball out in front of Adam Kamara and runs around Adam, just making a fool out of Kamara there.
The possession to their advantage in Chattanooga, but it doesn't seem like it's really sticking this time.
You know, if we were trying to determine who wins this series on aggregate, the Revs and Chattanooga are tied 4-4 in aggregate in the series this year. And if away goals count as a tiebreaker, Revs have 4 of those. So winning the series on aggregate doesn't count for much, but moral.
But I definitely think there's a lot more scoring to go on in this game.
Good touch by Vlad Margeling to win the ball away from Bouquet.
That was great composure. If he missed that ball, it was on goal for sure. Great composure by the center back.
Roca throws it in looking for Woodfin. Ball's cleared away. Ryan King can't possess the ball. Now Tiente has possession. Oakley tries to step on the ball, and Roca wins it. And now Roca with a fantastic run. Great slide tackle there, but from Rodrigo Galvez to end a quick Chattanooga FC counterattack.
Yeah, the midfield's got to be more focused there. That was an incredibly lazy pass by Tony Tiente, and that cannot happen in the midfield. It's a lot of the things that went wrong in that Nashville game in the midfield, and it's starting to rear its ugly head again, and we really got to get that fixed if we want to.
If the Reds want to make a long push in the playoffs, what they have to do is have better spacing in their midfield, better communication on these passes. That has been their Achilles heel this season, is their midfield communication. I mean, they've given away space to Blake Liveline, who scored 2 great goals, but there shouldn't have been the space there for him to take the shots. In all likelihood, Tony Tiente.
All right, Jamar's got to take this.
Now Oakley plays the ball to Ryan King, but Ryan King can get there. Jason Henry still gets there, though, on the far side. Throw in for the Revs. They're going to treat it like a corner kick, though. Throw in for the Revs, playing in the box.
Ooh.
Dangerous header. Bouquet gets the key clearance, though. Rodrigo plays ball up top, looking for King. King gets there.
Ooh.
A boot to the face, though, it looked like, from Juan Sanchez, delivered to Ryan King. Dom Kamara, quick touch back to King. King makes a move around.
Ryan's got to be a little more focused there. I think if he stayed with the ball there, I think he would have had it. Halftime.
After
stoppage
45 minutes, Chattanooga FC are on top 2-0. Be back for the second 45. Thank you for joining us. Seeing that Isaac Promise is not one of the subs. Turkish First Division National, and he's actually tied for the Golden Boot race with Tom Piers at New Orleans Jesters.
Yep.
Well, let's hope he beats that guy out for it, because we don't want New Orleans to have anything.
Yeah.
We really dislike New Orleans.
Yeah. New Orleans got a little bit of voodoo going on down there sometimes.
And we're second half is underway. Chattanooga have possession. Ball played up top, looking for more, headed away by Vlad Margolin.
No, actually does look like Isaac did sub in.
It looks like Jason Henry, Ryan King, and Jamar Oakley have been subbed off, and Dion McCulley, Alex Harley, and Isaac Promise are on for Georgia Revolution. So I think both teams kind of have some of their depth on their bench, looking for kind of a super sub role in the second half. You know, when you're looking at Chattanooga, they did lose 4-2, so kind of mixing it up. But they have Oliveira, Clark, Costa, and on the bench, and their all-time leading scorer, Luke Winter, didn't make the trip.
Nice.
Now
Nice.
possession for Chattanooga in the box.
That's a corner. No, they're giving a goal kick. Ooh.
Goal kick for the Revolution. In Chattanooga, we mentioned it many times in the first half, but they're fighting for playoff implications. If they win this match or their Sunday makeup game against the Atlanta Silverbacks, they will host the entirety of their home games in the Southeastern Conference playoffs. And you guys are already hosting your women's games as well.
Yes, the Women's League does it a little bit differently than the Men's League. In the Women's League in the South region, they rotate around between the hosting for the conferences. And so this year it's the Southeast Conference's turn, and we are the champions, so that means we get to host. Even though our points per game average is a little bit lower than some of the other champions or the teams that are likely to be champions, some teams are still playing again this weekend, we're still hosting. So yeah, we're double hosting, provided we win tonight or against Atlanta, like you just said.
Yeah, or Atlanta somehow drops the ball, or they drop the ball and win their last two games as well. But it lines up perfectly for Chattanooga fans, where you have a game every day, alternating women's and men's.
Yes.
Yeah, exciting times at Fort Finley, huh?
Lots of opportunity to go see some good soccer.
Caleb has the ball down the near side. Flicks it in for a cross, but too much pace in the ball.
Just went out.
Well, yeah, you were saying about how many playoff implications are on the line here, not just tonight, but also, of course, tomorrow. This is the most competitive that the conference has ever been. We've been in the league 10 years, and you've never seen this kind of just cutthroat competitiveness among all of the teams top to bottom. It's really amazing what has happened this year. And so, yeah, none of the teams have a great points per game average compared to some of these other teams in other conferences, but you can be assured that the teams in our conference are tough. They are battle tested, and I think that's why you're seeing a lot of the substitutions and different lineups tonight, is to keep the teams fresh, because there is going to be that rigorous playoff run potentially coming up for somebody, and they want to stay fresh.
I think these are the deepest teams across the country. I mean, you have conferences like the Lone Star, where Landro Heat is running away with the conference. I mean, you don't see any Southeastern clubs in the top 10, but it's because they're all beating each other up throughout the season.
Yeah, 8 teams in our conference, and as of tonight, all 8 of them are still in contention to make the playoffs.
Which is amazing. Rodrigo Gongalves, the fantastic run from the center back position. Tries to get to Isaac Promise, but can't do so. Now ball played to Caleb Cole, but Vlad Margeling intercepts the ball.
Yeah, I will say, I was talking with some Chattahoogans earlier, and I said I'll take any Southeastern Conference team with just about anybody in the country at this point, just for the experience and the battle test. You know, the teams out west and in Texas and things, they're not battle tested night in and night out, and they might fall asleep on a team, and then you can't do that in this conference. You do that in this conference and you lose. It's clear. I mean, the last place team has beat the first place team at least 3 occasions this year. So just the sheer experience that we're getting by beating each other up, it's very reminiscent of SEC football and college football.
Yes, we are an SEC country, so yeah, that's a pretty good analogy. Yes.
Tiente does a fantastic job of winning the ball back and pulling it out of bounds to relieve some of the pressure from the Revs back line. That's kind of mixed up a little bit. You had Jack Gurr, who was in England for the Revs, and you also had one of our center backs, Marvelli, who was on family
emergency, had to fly out before the game, unfortunately. So he's usually our starting center back, but things happen. You just got to deal with them.
And some more bad timing. Our thoughts and prayers for Sharif Suma of the Atlanta Silverbacks, their captain, one of their best players, on national team player as well. But he is out with a stroke. He had to have emergency surgery last week, I believe, and he'll miss the remainder of the season and maybe next season as well.
Yeah, very disappointing. He's a great player. Captain of the Sierra Leone national team also.
Yeah. A good string of passes from the CFC attack, but now Alex Harley is countering for the Revs, former NASL Silverback player. Cuts around and
didn't get under it.
Not sure, cross shot combination of the two, but goal kick coming up for Chattanooga.
He just didn't have another body in the box that he could get it to.
Yeah.
I guess he figured he'd split the difference and maybe take a shot.
He was the big difference maker in the Emerald Force match last week and scoring the lone goal in the game.
Great individual effort.
Unfortunately, Emerald Force, only team that really doesn't do a live stream, and we have
so we didn't get film of it,
record
unfortunately. Would have great individual effort though.
Well, that way the legend of it will just grow.
There you
it's
go.
kind of like fishing there.
Yes.
Rodrigo with some fancy footwork there to get the ball away for Chattanooga defender, and now Alhaji Tamanuhu, the Atlanta United Academy prospect.
Ooh. Great to stay with that.
A little bit of tangle up in the feet between Chattanooga and Revolution, and Bouquet wins the ball back, and they're off and running.
Yeah, the refereeing's been very, very consistent tonight. That's for sure.
Kind of a change of events from last time we had this group of referees during the New Orleans match, and they had some very interesting non-calls and handballs in the box for both teams.
Both teams, yeah.
And
very poor ref game.
Very strange award penalty where Tom Pierce put in the back of the net for New Orleans.
That is one of the criticisms that I think a lot of people could level against the NPSL is that the quality of reffing varies so much from game to game.
Yeah.
And it really has a big impact. I mean, you'll have some games where it's almost punches being thrown out on the field and the ref isn't really doing anything about it. And then you have another game, the very next game, it'll be any kind of ticky-tack foul. It's a card comes out. And you're just like, okay, it really hurts the players because they're not able to really get into a groove and understand, well, what is allowable? What are the rules?
Yep.
They seem to change from game to game.
Too inconsistent.
I think that's an American referee thing more than a league per se, because you have UPSL. One of the biggest knocks in UPSL is allowing all teams in the league, and then on top of that, their referees have been awful as well. The PDL has been some poor refereeing. It's just all across the board in the lower divisions, the grassroots of America. We've seen poor refereeing.
Yeah, well, I think what it is you've seen such an explosion of teams, so you have more games, and with more games you need more refs, but the quality of refs and the number of good refs has not risen too much.
And Santagio Moore wins the ball back in a poor decision from Vlad Margolin.
Oh, it's a penalty.
Penalty coming up for Chattanooga.
So yeah, there might be some lag between the number of teams growing so much, but then the quality of ref is trying to keep up with that. Because there's just a big demand for referees right now. So if anybody listening happens to be a really good ref, there's opportunity out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
I didn't realize that he called it inside the box. I thought it was outside the box, but
Yeah.
we're about to see a penalty.
Yep.
This is the first time Wesley Sprague has faced the PK. He's the third goalkeeper this season for the Revs.
Oh, guessed right. Just didn't
Gets
get
a
it.
hand on it, but Chattanooga converts 3-0 to CFC. Much better than the 7-0 game at Fort
last
Finley
year,
last
yep.
year.
That's what made the 4-2 victory last week so much sweeter. It was almost like getting a monkey off your back.
Asheville's probably looking for that same redemption after they got destroyed, obliviated 9-0 last year.
They gave us all kinds of trouble this year.
And the
It's amazing what we were talking about earlier about just how you can't count any of these teams out.
Mm-mm.
You'll go in to say, you know, who's last right now? I think it's Emerald Forest.
Emerald Forest,
Yep.
yes.
If you don't take them seriously, they can beat you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and it's just like that across the whole conference.
Definitely makes it worth watching.
Yeah, and Emerald Forest is a surprising team that can sprint. But real quick, Alex Harley countering now, tries to turn, wins a corner for the Revs. Now, one of the biggest concerns for Georgia Revolution fans is Jack Gurr left for England. He was our main corner kick taker. Now, Alex Harley quickly takes a corner. Ryan King, the man who took corners in the first half, is subbed off. Good give and go there from CFC, and a
That's a foul.
reckless
Yeah.
tackle from Soggy Hurst, the Israelian, deserves a yellow card.
Is that Juan? I don't have my glasses on. I'm not sure if that's
Yellow
Juan.
card for the Revolution, number 14, Soggy Hurst.
I will say something that's definitely different from former Revs
that's
teams is they
Bouquet.
do not quit.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Something I've been very proud of this team so far this
I've
year.
noticed that too, and I think a large part of it is that they, by expanding the playoff, the conference playoff this year, it really gives an incentive for those teams that are at the bottom of the conference not to give up, to stay in it, because they still have that opportunity to get into the playoffs and potentially make a run.
That's one thing I really like about the Southeastern Conference, comparing it to like Sunshine, or where 3 teams make it in the Sunshine Conference, which is not deserving because there's 4 really good teams this year in the Sunshine Conference.
Yes.
I mean, when you add 2 former NASL teams, you're going to have deserving teams that get left out. And when you look at structures compared to like the PDL, where you have 4 or 5 team divisions only allowing 1 team to advance, and when teams like Tormenta who are going D3 and they interrupted there by some fantastic footwork by CFC, who are
Ooh.
trying to get a 4th goal. Another reckless tackle by Georgia Revolution defender.
Well, in the Sunshine Conference, I think this is the first year that they're doing an actual playoff. In past years, it was just whoever was first went on through. And so they got that extra week of rest. They didn't have to do it. Now, at the same time, they weren't potentially weren't as battle tested, and you saw the Sunshine Conference champion would typically lose to the Southeast Conference champion. I think last year Nashville beat the Miami team. Before that, I think we've beaten several Miami teams. It's hard to keep track of them, but yeah. So it's kind of a trade-off. Do you want to have that playoff to keep everybody in and potentially give those second and third place teams a chance? Or do you want to just cut it off, get some rest for your champion, and then send them through? Each conference does it their own way, but yeah, they're changing it up a little bit this year.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like there's more Miami teams than UPSL teams.
Yeah.
A lot.
It's good.
Free kick goes over the crossbar.
Yep.
Physical therapy called Benchmark Physical Therapy.
And, Chattanooga have a lot of experience in the playoffs. You have guys like Luke Winter, who have been with the team since 11, and he's witnessed many playoff runs for CFC, along with head coach Bill Elliott.
Yeah, we've got some legacy guys in there. We've also got another guy, John Carrier. He was injured for most of the season. He actually had some blisters on his foot that got infected, so he was out for almost 3 months with getting that treated on his foot. we're going to see if maybe he can get in the game tonight. I mean, with this score, it's definitely a possibility. So, but he's another one of those longtime CFC guys. Chattanooga kind of milking the time for all it's worth right there.
Yeah, a little
Looks like-
gamesmanship.
Pablo Goana is
Need the magic spray. Just need the magic spray.
looks like he was air quotes injured there for a moment.
Famous uprising dive flag is out.
You know, a very impressive player tonight. There's been two of them on CSC. Steven Roca and Caleb Cole. Very impressive to me. Roca, you know, he times his runs very well. He knows when to get back on defense. He knows when to push on the attack. And he had that one-touch goal to open up scoring for Chattanooga. Very impressive.
We were talking about that on the other side, that with this field being a little soggy, that it really gives the advantage if you can anticipate what the defense is about to do and go ahead and shoot past them, get that first step, because it's a lot harder to change momentum on this field right now. So I think you're right. Roca was able to really anticipate well and, yeah, get that goal in.
Good effort there by Daniel Valancino, trying to slide tackle to keep the ball in bounds for CFC, and now they have a throw-in.
The Chattanooga are never happy with any call not going their way. So, yeah.
Chattanooga has possession on the far side, far touchline. Ball played to Pierre.
Bad touch there.
A little bit of a lengthy touch and a goal kick coming up for Georgia Revolution FC. This is the third Revolution goalkeeper we've seen between the sticks. Kind of inconsistency, you know, last year we had Carson Oakes from most of the season that was phenomenal between the sticks, but this year we've had kind of some inconsistency and maybe surprisingly a weak spot
Yeah.
in the Revs lineup. Now Alex Harley, great position to score for the Revs. Harley pulls it back, looking for another player. Soggy Hirsch can't seem to win the ball from
Ooh.
Woodfin, but wow. Called on Cameron Woodfin.
Yeah, I can't say I agree with that call. I think that was a fair challenge.
But yeah, you can see it. He had a good approach down there, but he just needed one more person there to help him out. So he batted it back out really long. It just took forever to get there. Chattanooga was able to challenge on it. Now, of course, Georgia did get the foul, but we'll see.
Soggy Hirsch plays the free kick in. Headed away by Chattanooga back line, and Caleb Cole with a great effort to clear it. You know, Isaac Promise for the first time all season really seems lost out there. He's not really in position.
Yeah,
when Harley has the ball.
I haven't seen him play this bad since that first Asheville City game.
Yeah. It's just been a laziness.
Ooh, handball. That was a
Dion McCulley, the leading men's national team for Belize score. Leading scorer for Belize men's national team. Can't quite get there. Isaac Promise now has the ball. Top of the box, Promise. And another kind of, is that a cross? Is that a shot? I don't know.
The ball's wet, and you know if you mishit it, it's just gonna do that sometimes.
You know, I have my two favorite soccer games are, is Joseph Martinez going to score more goals than the Seattle Sounders, and is that a cross or is that a goal? Wesley Sprague comes off his line to scoop up a ball. Good decision by him. Now ball play up top, looking for Isaac Promise. Now Alex Harley's searching for the ball in the air. Can't quite get it. Chattanooga recover, have possession.
See, the problem on that play is Alex Harley and Isaac Promise broke on the same direction.
I'm not even sure Alex Harley touched Daniel Valsino. That Neymar? Question mark.
Well, see, he gave him a card, so it must have been a foul. That's how you know. Because he wouldn't give him a card if it wasn't a foul.
Yeah.
Is that right? Chattanooga puts the ball back in play after a controversial yellow card was handed out to former NASL player Alex Harley.
Yeah, it looks like the Revs are going back to their old bad habits of long ball.
Boom ball days are back, and Isaac Promise gets a nice turn.
Oh.
Plays to Harley. Harley still. Best opportunity of the game for the Revs.
There it is, Tony. Tony forgot to use his head and used his foot instead.
Mishandled that wet ball. The opportunity was there, but just couldn't quite get to it in time.
Yep.
You know, Georgia Revolution have had some very good performances this year, and I would stack this up with the Silverbacks one as probably one of their lesser performances. They just don't seem to be on the same wavelength with each other.
Ooh.
Rodrigo with a great effort there, but a foul. That was a.
Ooh. That could.
Was that Rodrigo's second yellow card?
I don't think so. That could have been a red though. That was from behind. That was really bad
That
tackle.
reminded me of some LGP tackles for Atlanta United.
Definitely. That was
Reckless is probably the best word to describe that.
He's kind of frustrated. It was definitely a frustration foul.
Another thing that reminds me of LGP.
Yep.
He's frustrated. Lets his emotions rise sometimes.
You know, it's interesting. We were talking about him, Caleb Cole, the player that was fouled there. He actually started out as a ball boy years ago at Chattanooga for CFC. And, you know, he played up in North Chattanooga and Hickson. Basically, his dream was to play for CFC, and now he's, you know, starting some games. He's playing some quality minutes for CFC. He has a couple of goals this year, actually. Good hometown, good story there.
Yeah, it's much like our hometown guys, Aaron Witten, Devin Patterson. Always good to have the local people on the team.
Yeah, I mean, it really builds that community, gets people more interested, and it's so nice to see a kid that, oh, there's a local kid. I know that guy. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have the Aaron Witten fan section that is always here no matter what, rain or shine.
Yeah, Mr. Hollywood. Oh, come on,
Mr.
Quasi.
Hollywood. An attack for Georgia Revolution FC. Caleb Cole on defense for Chattanooga. Crossplay to Alex Harley. Alex Harley!
Oh.
Brilliant idea there for Alex Harley. Can't quite convert. Still 3-0 in the 67th minute in favor of CFC.
Georgia Revolution fan shop for jerseys and all the greatest Georgia Reds fan gear on sale this season.
You know, if this scoreline remains the same, which I don't see it really changing that much, it looks like Chattanooga will play the winner of Nashville and Georgia Revolution. That game is most likely going to be played in Nashville at International Soccerplex. And Nashville has to be considered a dangerous team after getting their Nashville SC loan players, Ramon Howell, along with some others. They've really revived themselves as a dangerous club, and a club I wouldn't want to see in the first round of the playoffs.
You can see a difference on the field once they got that infusion of professional talent. It really changed a lot. I mean, some of their score lines where they're scoring like 4, 5, 6 goals. I mean, they weren't doing that before.
I mean, Asheville is not a bad team, and when they have Elman to 4, they're a very good team. And beating a Asheville City team 5-0 is nothing to be taken lightly. Rocco with a fantastic effort to keep the ball in play, but too much pace in the ball. That's a goal kick for Georgia Revolution.
Well, guys, I think it's getting close to where I'm going to go back over to the Chattanoogas, but thank y'all for having me in here.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I love how y'all are doing things in here. I like being inside the press box.
Yeah.
That's a nice change from some of the Georgia Rev games of the past. I really enjoy it. But
Yeah, well,
Thanks for your time.
you guys are welcome anytime. We love you guys.
all right. Well, see y'all later.
See you later.
Head over to the Chattanooga.
Oh.
Ravs attacking once again, scooped up by D'Amico.
I think at this
Chattanooga
point, even
unscathed.
just one goal would do
Moral boost going
moral
into Tuesday.
boost for sure. The good thing is a loss here isn't going to take us out. We've already clinched a playoff spot. And we still might even host even without a win. But definitely a goal, something to rest your laurels on, get a little momentum going in. I think both teams have kind of played it safe tonight. Nobody wants an injury. Nobody wants, to have anything catastrophic happen before the playoffs. So,
I mean, the Revs are looking back to get Novella Lima back, one of their center backs.
Yep.
Get him back. He's a family emergency. Promise I would expect him to start Tuesday.
Yeah.
More of our normal starting XI. Aaron Witten's coming into the game.
Yep, local boy. Mr. Hollywood.
Tony Tiense coming out, so we're going to more of attacking formation. And Aaron coming in, demanding excellence from his team immediately. Very vocal.
Oh, yeah. Former Locust Grove player.
He was, he plays at Reinhardt, but he was leading the NPSL Southeast in assists until he kind of got benched for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a very good player, man. He creates a lot of good space, a lot of opportunity. Between him and Adam, I don't know where we would be without them.
Yeah.
I mean, they were huge cogs.
They
in the first
single-handedly got us a draw in Asheville City. Aaron
Indeed.
Witten came on. He flicked it onto Adama, and Adama ran down and scored and tied it in about the 80th minute. So,
I mean, besides Nashville's Blake Levine's 2 goals, those are probably the best goals you'll see in Southeastern Conference play this year. I mean, there was some real Sports Center top 10 caliber plays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a guy that has been number 1 on Sports Center, and that is Joe Costa for
Joe Costa
Chattanooga.
For his, scissor kick in the PDL championship game last year.
That was the same year he knocked out Chattanooga in the Open Cup.
Then he joined them.
And then
he beat them, then joined them.
Something KD couldn't do with the Warriors.
Yep. In all honesty, if the Revs do end up having to travel in the first round of the playoff, you're more structured on away days than you would be at home. And
I mean, you can't be late to an away game.
Yeah. So,
and if you are, it's not your fault.
Yeah. And honestly, if we have to go back to Nashville, take our chances.
If we win, Aaron Witten now. Aaron Witten's breaking, looking for Isaac Promise, plays it back. Oh, Questy there couldn't quite get a solid third touch.
Questy's got to get his left foot going there. I know he prefers his right, but in a situation like that, he has got to shoot with his left.
If you're a Revs fan, the exciting thing you got to look forward to is, we have so much young talent here.
So much young talent.
The future is bright for Revs fans, and the other amazing thing is we're undefeated playing in Tennessee, and our first 2 games will be in Tennessee.
Yep.
You play International, you win that. You play Chattanooga.
Then it's
at Fort Finley. I mean, you can't ask for anything more. And
the path is bright. You also got to look forward to the future as far as like next season and stuff. I mean, with our U19 team starting up, just all the talent we have coming up through the system. It's not bare as former teams may have been, where in former years we might have just tried to, find whoever we could because we thought they were good. Now we have people, we have them playing in amateur leagues during the off season. They're getting work, they're getting training, and they're running in our system, and that's gonna, in the long term, that's gonna help us tremendously in the next few years.
I mean, you have more of that club feel where you're getting key training throughout the year, and you have a good group of guys that are mostly freshmen training with Coach Steo at Georgia Gwinnett College. So the guys that are playing collegiately are still getting the phenomenal instruction they need from Coach Steo. And then you have guys like Adam Kamara who are playing professionally in France.
Yep.
Throughout the season. So all of these guys are getting great soccer. Aaron Witten now, good opportunity, flicks it up to Alex Harley.
Good
but a
idea.
good header for CFC to clear it away.
Good idea, just bad execution.
And if you aren't following us on social media, GA_Revolution, you can follow our personal accounts at the Mr. Maletsky on the Twitter sphere.
And I'm at jmurph_03.
Also, make sure you follow our supporters group, the Uprising Revs, our Twitter handle, and then Revs Live for all your breakdown, analytical information, and pregame, postgame, and halftime shows when we're winning.
Yeah, and be looking for content during the off season, especially during the ADSL season. Revs Live, they're going to be doing a bunch of updates on the Revs reserves and the Revs U23s, and hopefully for U19 updates also. So.
And there's a rumor going around that might be live streams for ADSL games, select games. So
Possibly. So stay tuned. Get your year-round Revs coverage.
you can listen to us two hooligans sprout out some random facts about Revs players.
In case you weren't tired of us already.
Looks like Rodrigo Gonçalves is coming out of the game.
It's like Novella Lima's coming in.
You know, this is a switch I would have expected earlier in the game. Lima's a very good center back. We've
Lima's
not
very
really
solid.
seen him much this year.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
He had that kind of toboggle early in the season. Hasn't been in the lineup much.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing Lima getting a lot more time with the Revs reserves. Another person that we haven't seen at all this year that has been injured, AK. Solid player for the Revs reserves in the ADSL this season. Picked up a nick before the season and, it wasn't quite right. Also picked up a knee injury before the season started and hasn't been able to play. But hopefully we can get him back. And
Across America, their name is actually something from my mind. I'm not 100% sure, but he is supporting the Revs in other ways through social media, through his support, coming to attending matches, and a great effort there by Kamara.
Yeah, he's pushed off the ball. That's one of the bad things you can say about Adama. He's great athlete, great speed, but he just doesn't quite
John
have the
Carrier
size.
now crosses it back into the box. Good save by Wesley. John Carrier with a fantastic effort to create a goal-scoring opportunity for CFC who can't convert. Bends around.
Oh, bad pass.
Poor pass by Alex Harley there. And now John Carrier gives the ball to Caleb Cole. Caleb Cole, Carrier. Broken up there by Vlad Margolin. Vlad Margolin carrying the ball up top.
Great pass.
It's to Alex Harley. Alex Harley plays the ball to Isaac Promise. Too much pace. Now Soggy Hirsch recovers the ball. 77 minutes left. You've seen crazier things. Rev can still come back. Looking for that first goal, though. Aaron Witten has the ball. Game has opened up a little bit in the second half. Aaron Witten plays it up. Crazy deflection there. Isaac Promise has the ball in a dangerous position. Isaac Promise, Turkish first division player.
I need to see Kwesi Watts run in on that ball. He just kind of stood there.
Soggy Hirsch urging the ball boy there to get the ball to him quickly so he can play the ball.
Oh,
And a substitution for Georgia Revolution FC.
This one actually might be Dion McCauley this time.
Dion McCulley, who we kind of mistaken earlier. My bad. The all-time leader for the Belize national team coming into the match.
Mm-hmm.
Dom Kamara to Soggy. Soggy fakes his pass. Gets to the Dom. A Dom. Back to Isaac. Isaac shoots. Deflected by the back line. The Revs recover it. Dom Kamara still in the ball. Dom looking for Soggy. Fakes his pass. Now goes out to Soggy. Soggy. Nice step over there by Soggy. Soggy crosses into the box. Right to the hands of D'Amico.
Saji's got to hit that first time. He waited a little too long, and somebody has got to crash that far post.
Yeah. I mean, this is the time of the year where you're looking for who's on that NPSL Southeastern Conference first team and second team. And from this match alone, I would imagine Roca makes the team from Chattanooga. I would imagine that Jack Gurr, who's not playing, makes it for Georgia Revolution. He's been instrumental in their playoff run. You know, some other names, Dom Kamara, Maybe Isaac Promise. We'll see at the end of the year. Lima, who's not playing for Chattanooga, their center back has to be on the squad. He's a phenomenal defender.
For sure. One of the best in the conference.
One of the best in the league for my money. He played for a long time for, a Red Bull team, Red Bull Brazil. Do not mistake that for the team that Jesse Marsh is going to manage, though.
No, that's Leipzig. That's a funny situation, though.
Yeah.
He's basically going there for 1 year while another manager's in wait at a different team, and
He's leaving his team mid-year, too.
yeah, I don't think I'd leave a team for a 1-year rental. I guess he's kind of betting on himself, but
Yeah.
strange situation there in the Red Bull.
I mean, maybe get some looks in Bundesliga. Maybe pick up another role at Hoffenheim or something similar there.
Yeah,
But, I mean, Jesse Marsh is leaving a team that's in the Supporter Shield race.
yeah, for a team in Germany that he's not going to coach after 1 year.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I mean, maybe like I said, maybe he's just really betting on himself.
I mean, let's look at it this way. The coach that's coming in is coaching at Hoffenheim right now.
yeah.
And he's leaving Hoffenheim. Maybe Jesse Marsh thinking, I got that Hoffenheim realm because
Yeah.
that's opened up
That's
too.
the only thing I can think of. This
Now-
would be a good time to get a counter going.
Corner kick for Chattanooga. Revs looking to counter.
Ooh.
Shots! That would be 3 points if we were playing the American football. But Pierre Bouquet sends the ball in between the American uprights and a goal kick for Georgia Revolution FC. And if you want all of your Southeastern Conference action, there's so many games this weekend. Enter Nashville, New Orleans Jesters, Greenville FC is in action. You have Asheville still playing. The Silverbacks play 2 games. Chattanooga plays another game. So many things in the works. Who's going to get that 6th spot? Can Emerald Force come back?
That'd be a miracle.
That would be a story, I'm
That
telling
would
you.
definitely be a story.
And Revs fans, check the newsstand tomorrow. NPSL website. Keep your eyes looking for an exciting post.
Mm-hmm.
Throw in for the Revs. Aaron Witten flicks it up top. No one is there waiting for a run. Where is Isaac? It's like, where's Waldo?
Yeah. Said sometimes Isaac's really on his game and sometimes he's just not. I think starting on the bench today really threw him off.
Yeah, that's something Stea's going to have to overlook, and I would not suspect we see that for Tuesday. Follow Revs Live covered for all things Georgia Revolution playoffs. Aaron Witten, good run. Aaron Witten, touch. Can he convert?
No.
Oh, hops
Good run.
over the Chattanooga keeper, who is sporting some very short shorts at the moment. Who wears short shorts? He wears short shorts. And a moonshot.
There goes Dion.
Dion with a fantastic effort to win the ball back. Isaac Promise now. Isaac Promise plays to Harley. Harley, was he offside? No. It
he
doesn't
would've
matter
been on if
anyway.
it had gone over.
A back heel attempt there. But ball's kept in play
Yeah,
by Soggy. Correction, delayed call there. That's the thing that I've noticed about the NPSL. There's a lot of delayed calls.
Yeah.
by
well, I mean, like
referees.
we were saying earlier, that it's just really inconsistent. And the NPSL's got to do something about it.
Throw in for Georgia Revolution. We are in the 85th minute listening to some off-tone singing from the Chattahoogans. All right. And Aaron Witten, Meggs goes around and collects the ball. Embarrassing effort there by Jonathan Ricketts. Interesting story about Ricketts. His brother plays Stephen Ricketts for CFC, and his sister plays for their women's teams. They have all 3 siblings playing for the Chattanooga organization. That's really cool to see.
Keeping it in the family.
Yeah. Cool story in the lower divisions there. Now the Revs just trying to run the clock out. We have about 4 minutes until stoppage time. Good move by Soggy. Girl on defender. Kind of break his ankles there. Alex Harley, good opportunity. Harley!
That would have been great for confidence going into the playoffs.
For Harley and for the team, kind of give that morale boost. I mean, and if we're being unrealistic for a second, it's not totally out of the realm of the possibility to get 2 more goals.
Yeah.
That could have been big. Rocco with a header that's retained by Chattanooga. And Scott Redding, the man, the myth, the legend is coming on for Georgia Revolution FC, making his 3rd cap of the year, his 60th cap in the glorious red and white stripes for Georgia Revolution FC.
Yep.
He is the most capped player for the Revs and the only player to spend all 8 seasons under a Georgia Revolution logo.
Definitely a club legend coming on.
If we had a Hall of Fame, you put Quadric Poku up there, you would definitely put Scott Redding first, though.
Oh, yeah. Poku and Redding will both be up there.
Oh, good touch by Isaac Promise. Dion can't quite get there. Caleb Cole plays it back to Bouquet. Good turn there by Nima. Deflection. And Scott Redding comes into the game. Let's see who comes off.
It's like Adama's coming off.
I believe that's like his 2nd time coming off the pitch all season. Dama's been a workhorse, to say the least, for the Revs. I don't know anyone on this Revs roster, maybe Tiente, who's played more minutes than Adama Kamara. The 2 of them, that midfield duo, it might be that they're just overworked.
Yeah.
They've played a lot of minutes for this Revs squad. I would like to see Rodrigo Gonçalves play a holding midfielder for a few minutes to give one of those guys a rest.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do that, though, and when...
Yeah, the holding midfielder is actually Rodrigo's natural position. He's just playing on the back line due out of necessity.
Unfortunately, you can't really do that when you lose your right back, when you lose one of your star center backs for family emergencies, and when you lose another center back in Andy White due to poor performance. Now Carrier, top of the box. Great tackle, though, for the Revs to win it back. And then Caleb shoots off the crossbar.
Wow,
fantastic
cleared off the
header.
line.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Great defending there by the Revs.
That
Good job,
was
boys.
amazing. But there's that fight I was telling you about, the non-quit. They could easily have just stopped playing him down 3-0. 89th minute, they could have said, nope, we'll let this one go in. But they fought, and that says a lot.
The Rev speed and that effort we just saw is what's going to carry this team for a deep playoff run that they desperately need. I mean, this is the first time we've seen playoff soccer for the Revolution. 2015. We've had a little bit of a drought. Very exciting times coming up, and if the Revs want to make an Open Cup run next year, they need to make it to the quarterfinals.
Yep, got to get to the region final.
That's not the Southeastern Conference quarterfinals.
Nope, they'd have to win
That's the
conference.
South region.
They'd have to win the conference, beat the Sunshine, and face whoever comes out of the Heartland and the Texas. Ooh.
I mean, just saying, International did exactly that, word for word, last year in the
Yep.
same seed the Revs will be in.
Yep.
So
And they did it last year. so
history
it's-
repeats itself, they say.
Yep. Oh.
Wow, and a hard tackle on Caleb Cole. No card. That might be a good time for a
Yeah.
yellow. I mean,
Yeah, I
Mark
think that was
Geiger
a
would have handed
Mark
you a
Geiger would
yellow.
have given him a red.
What would Mark Geiger do? To be granted, we're not wearing those Columbia national team jerseys.
No. Maybe a little bit Atlanta United bias though.
Yeah.
I can't push that off. Ooh, that was
Ooh.
a fantastic shot.
Caleb Cole in frustration.
Can't be much time left now.
And for all medical needs, visit Eagles Landing Family Practice, providing care and
92nd minute. Maybe 30, 45 seconds left.
Thank you to all our proud sponsors. And we invite you to join us at Wings and Things after the game for a chance to meet the Georgia Revs and coaching staff after tonight's game.
Kwesi makes nice run, collects the ball outside of the box. Kwesi cuts in.
Ooh.
Oh, fancy footwork, Kwesi. Corner kick.
Mm.
Revs looking for one. Try to pull a goal back. Moral boost going into playoffs. Remember, that's Tuesday if I haven't said that 1,700 times already. Scott Redding on the ball. Scott Redding
Ooh.
turns. Scott Redding flicks it up. Good play by Redding.
That's what we missed.
Isaac Promise has the ball. Isaac Promise. Toying with the ball. Promise. Meg's a defender.
That's got to be
Goal
it.
kick coming from Chattanooga. I cannot rationalize
Yep.
any more time.
Yep.
Final whistle is blown in McDonough, Georgia. Georgia Revolution 0, Chattanooga FC 3. Thank you for joining us. Remember, the Revs will play Nashville on Tuesday unless something catastrophic happens and there's some big change up in the standings, which it's MPSL. You can't put it past them.
Anything can happen in this conference, but that'll be us signing off for the night.